Fullerene is a third allotrope of carbon. As we know that the first allotrope of carbon is graphite and second allotrope of carbon is diamond and third allotrope of carbon is fullerenes. This is the fullerenes C60 we will discuss. What are the fullerenes? A fullerene is an allotrope of carbon whose molecule consists of carbon atoms connected by a single bond, double bond so as to form a closed or partially closed mesh with fused rings of 5 to 7 atoms. Fullerenes with a closed mesh topology are informally denoted by their empirical formula, which is the CN. CN is the molecular empirical formula where N is the number of carbon atoms. N is the number of carbon atoms. The N may be more than one isomer. The family is named Buckminster fullerene. The scientist who discovered the fullerenes, whose name is Buckminster Fuller. The closed fullerenes, especially C60, are also informally called buckyballs. There is common name. There is, we can say that this is a nickname. This is a buckyball, and it is very resembles to the soccer ball shape. Their resemblance to the standard ball of association football. This is the fullerene. Who discovered the fullerenes? Buckminster Fuller discovered the fullerenes. We are discussing about C60 fullerenes. There are many types of fullerenes like spherical fullerenes, cylindrical fullerenes, the planar fullerenes. The bulk, solid and pure or mixed fullerene is also called as fullerides. The example of spherical fullerenes is buckyballs, cylindrical fullerenes. If we graphenes two-dimensional is converted into three-dimensional, that is formation of carbon nanotubes. The bulk solid form of pure or mixed fullerenes is called the fullerite. Planar fullerenes are called the graphene. This is the basic unit of what is the graphene? Graphene is the basic unit of all the carbon nanotubes, fullerenes, charcoal, etc. This is a buckyball. This is a buckyball. This is a soccer ball shaped. See, this is the hexagon. This is the pentagon. Always remember here 20 hexagon and 12 pentagon sides, and no two pentagon can share a common side. Always remember this is a black solid. Okay, it is a case like fused ring structure that resembles a soccer ball made of 20 hexagon and 12 pentagon. This is the buckyball. Next, this is the graphene. I have already told you what is the graphene. Graphene is an allotrope of carbon in the form of single layer of atoms in two-dimensional honeycomb. What is the honeycomb? As all of you know that what is the honeycomb is a mass of hexagonal prismatic wax cells built by honeybees like that. This is the honeycomb lattice in which one atom occupies each vertex. It is a basic structural element of other allotropes like graphite, charcoal, carbon nanotubes and fullerenes. Third one is the carbon nanotube. What are the carbon nanotubes? Carbon nanotubes often refer to single wall carbon nanotubes with diameter in range of a nanometer. They were discovered independently by Ilzima and Ichihashi and Bethune et al. In carbon arc chambers similar to those to use produced fullerenes. Single wall carbon nanotubes are one of allotropes of carbon intermediate between fullerene cases and flat graphene. This is that graphene is a two-dimensional structure. If we will fold a paper like if we will fold the paper, then it is this one is formed like a cylindrical form. Okay, if you will cut here from here, then we will get the two-dimensional. If you will fold the paper, then you will get cylindrical form of carbon nanotube. These are the carbon nanotubes. This is the structure of fullerenes. See, here is the hexagon, here is also hexagon, here is a pentagon, here is a pentagon. Always remember, no two pentagon can share a common side. I mean to say, if there is pentagon, then it should not be here pentagon, it should not be here pentagon, and it should not be here pentagon. I mean to say, No two pentagon can share a common side. Okay, a carbon attached with three carbon. You see any of the carbon? This, suppose we are taking this carbon and this carbon is attached with three carbons. See, 1, 2 and 3 carbon. Okay, okay. This is the buckyballs. This is the C60 fullerenes. Next, how it is discovered? Discovered fullerenes in the sooty residue created by vaporizing carbon in a helium atmosphere. In the mass spectrum of product, discrete peaks appeared corresponding to molecule with this exact mass of 60 or 70 or more carbon atoms, namely C60 or C70. The team identified their structure as now familiar buckyballs. A small percentage of fullerenes containing soot can be prepared from benzene oxygen combustion flame in a carefully designed argon atmosphere. This is the discovery of fullerene. The name Buckminster fullerene, it is named as Buckminster fullerene just because of the scientist who discovered it, whose name is Buckminster Fuller. Okay, this is a Buckminster Fuller, the scientist. For the Wagyu, the similarity of the structure to the geodesic domes, it is like a geodesic domes which he popularized, which if they were extended to a full sphere would also have the icosahedral symmetry group. Okay, so this is the it is known as a Buckminster fullerene. We are using fullerenes, E-N-E-S, the "ene", fullerenes. "Ene" ending was chosen to indicate that carbons are unsaturated. What is the meaning of unsaturated? It means there is a one single bond and one double bond is also present, being connected to only three other atoms instead of normal four. The shortened name fullerene eventually came to be applied to the whole family for indication of the whole family. Okay, so I meant to say there are the 60 carbon atoms and connected with the single bond or double. What is the structure of fullerene? Structure of Buckminster fullerene is the smallest fullerene molecule containing pentagonal and hexagonal rings in which no two pentagons share a common side. I have told you it is almost most common in terms of natural occurrence. It can be often found in soot. Okay, it can be found in soot. What is the empirical formula? C60. This is the empirical formula of the Buckminster fullerene, where N is the total number of carbon atom, is a truncated icosahedron which resembles an association football, the type made of 20 hexagon and 12 pentagon. Okay, with a carbon atoms at the vertices of each polygon and bond along each polygon edge. This is the Buckminster fullerene. The van der Waals diameter of Buckminster fullerene molecule is about 1.1 nanometer. The nucleus to nucleus diameter of a Buckminster fullerene molecule is about 0.71 nanometer. Okay, this is the van der Waals diameter of a Buckminster fullerene. Buckminster fullerene also has a two bond lengths, like 6 rings bond between two hexagons can be considered double bond. Okay, six ring bonds between two hexagons can be considered double bonds and are shorter than the 6 5 bonds between a hexagon and pentagon. Its average bond length, what is a bond length? Bond length is 1.4 angstrom. And what is the hybridization of this? The sp2 hybridized. This is sp2 hybridized. Uh, this is the structure of fullerenes. What are the properties? It is a mustard colored solid. The color changes from brown to black with increasing thickness of fullerene films. It gives magenta colored solution when dissolved in toluene. In pure form, it is an insulator best function as superconductor by doping with alkali metals. Fullerenes react with a number of nucleophiles like amines, phosphines, Grignard reagent, organolithium reagent to give suitable derivatives. Many haloalkanes are chiral and increasing case size. It also gives adducts with anthracene, furan, cyclopentadiene. It can be compressed to lose 30% of its volume without destroying its carbon cage structure. These are the some properties. These are the some properties of fullerenes C60. What are the applications? Fullerenes have been extensively used for the several biomedical applications, including the design of high performance MRI contrast agents, X-ray imaging contrast agents, as a photodynamic therapy and drug and gene delivery summarized in several comprehensive reviews. Okay, a fullerene nanotube has tensile strength about that of high strength as steel alloys. It is it is 20 times having more strength than the normal steel. Fullerenes are normally electrical insulator, but when crystallized with alkali metals, the resultant compound can be conducting or even superconducting. Okay, students, these are it can be used as a superconductor when doped with alkali metal. This is like a one example when K3C60 is cooled, its resistivity begins to drop sharply about 18 degree Kelvin, indicative of superconductivity. Okay, this is the very good superconductor. A range of companies exist to develop nanotube for commercial applications, including computer memory chips, electronic wires, and the field of material science. One, we can say that the potential important application for these carbon nanotubes in the area of composites, carbon fibers made from organic polymer are used to strengthen lightweight, high-tech materials such as carbon epoxy resins used in golf clubs, tennis rackets. Each fiber is 5 times thinner than a human hair. Okay, it is very important. Each fiber is 5 times thinner than a human hair. And one more application, this is the catalysis. Fullerene C60 participates in catalyzed process as either a part of the catalyst or a substrate. It also does the it also applicable in the polymerization reaction. So there are so many applications. This is very important, which is consisting of a C60 fullerene. It also having C70. They are graphenes, graphite, and they are having carbon nanotubes, which is of cylindrical form. This is the fullerene. This is all about the fullerene, which is very important. Okay, students. Thank you.